what we're going to start with tonight, we're going to have our feet hip width apart. Again, if you take your hands and bring them down, just a little, that's about hip width. So from the side, it looks like this. We are going to have our feet bent a little, or our knees bent. So we're going to start with a tilt. So we're going to bend. We're going to engage our core. And as we tighten our core, we're going to bring our pelvis under. We're going to tuck under. And then we're going to let go of that. It's just to warm up our spine and get used to starting to engage our core. So it's not a huge movement. We're just tightening here. And as you see, as I tighten, my hips shift under and then release. It's just a tighten and a release. Tighten and release. One more here. Tighten and release. Now, hold here. I'm going to face back to the front. We're going to sweep our arms up and down. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more here. 4 and down. 3 and down. 2 and down. Last one here and down. Hold here. Bring your hands behind your head. So from the back, this is what it looks like. We're here. As we stand up, we're going to reach our arms to the sky. And then as we squat down, we bring our hands back behind our head. So we're going to do this slower at first, and then we'll speed up. So still, feet hips width apart. Bring your hands behind your head. We're going to sit like we're sitting into a chair pose. So from the side, it looks like this. As we stand, our arms come up. We squat, they come down. So it's going to be down for 2, up for 2. So let's bring our hands behind our head. Squat down. Reach up and down. Reach up for 2 and down. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more here. 4. 3. I'll turn sideways so you can see it from there. 2. Last one here. This time when we come up, we're going to stick our foot out and in. Other foot out and in. I'll face the front. Tap out and in. Tap out and in. Let's do 8 fast. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. This time we're going to keep our hands here. We're going to come up for 2 and then down for 2. It's up for 2 and down. Up and down. 2 more here. Up and down. Last one here. 8 to tempo. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Bring our arms down. Again, bring them to your hips. What we're going to do here, I'll turn side so you can see. We're just going to step back and in. Other foot. Back and in. Other side. Back and in. One more here. Back and in. So, a little bit of thinking tonight. We're going to 3 step backs. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and hold. Then we'll do the other side. 1, 2, 3, hold. Just like that. So you can keep your hands here. If you'd like, you can bring your arms up. Head in neutral spine. Let's step back. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Other side. 3, 2, 1, and hold other side. 3, 2, 1, and hold. 3, 2, 1, and hold. One more on each side. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Last one here. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Let's squat or bend. Remember, if we want to do the bend, it's more of our knees going forward. Our upper body stays straight up and down. If you want to do the squat, sit back. Just like this. Awesome. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring our feet hips width apart. I'll turn sideways so you can see. We're going to do a standing cat and cow. We're going to place our hands here on our thighs and bring a slight bend here and arch and then roll. Arch and roll. Just like that. If you'd like, grab your chair, hold here, arch, and roll. Arch, and roll. One more. Arch, and roll. Good. Let's just take a moment to pedal our feet. So we're going to go into a bend or a squat. Parallel. We're going to do what I call rainbow arms. So we'll just start with our bends. So bring our arms up. Make sure you're squeezing at the top here. So what we're going to do, we're going to bend and reach to one side, straighten, bend and reach to the other side. If you'd like, you can do this with a chair and the wall. You can reach to the wall, straighten, reach to the chair. Straighten, reach to the wall, straighten, reach to the chair. So those are our two options, either one. Let's bend and straighten. Four, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go into our rainbow squat. So we bend, straighten, bend, and straighten. Bend, and straighten, bend, and straighten. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a moment, wide feet. You can grab your chair and place it in front of you or go towards the wall. And we're going to hinge at the waist. Reach for the floor or the wall or your chair. Bend your knees and roll up. Place our hands back on our hips again. Hinge at the waist. Reach for the floor and roll up. Good. All right, let's bring our arms out. We're just going to reach over and open. Other side, reach over and open. Reach and open. Reach and open. Reach and open. One more here. Reach and open. Let's take a moment. Step our feet back. Well, one foot back, just like this. Hinge forward a little. Reach your arms up and back. Reach and lower. Good. Reach and lower. Reach and lower. Hold here for a moment. Let's switch sides. Step that other foot back. Bring our arms up. Reach and lower. Reach and lower. Good. Reach and lower. Reach and lower. Great. All right, so bring our feet out wide. We're going to do our trace the clock. So you can grab your chair if you'd like to have it on this side and the wall on the other side, or vice versa. Where we have our huge beach ball. We're going to reach to one side. Bend as you come through the center. Reach for the other side. And come up. Let's go the other way. Come through the center. Reach for the other side. And come up. All right. Take a moment and pedal those feet out. We're going to go into our plie series. So I'll come forward into the camera just so you can see my feet. We're going to start here in first position or athletic V, whichever one you want to call it. Remember, turnout comes from the hips, so only turn out as far as is comfortable for you. I'll step back so you can see my full legs though. Down for 2 and up. 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 Let's bring our arms out and hold here because we are going to work our arms later. Down and up. Bring our arms up. Great. One more here. Let's hold them low. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring our feet out wide. Same thing. Shoulders back. It's down for 2 and up. Down for 2 and up. Let's add in the arms. Down for 2. Bring our arms up as we come up. Down and up. Great. Down and up. 2 more here. Down and up. Last one here. Down and up. Hold center for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can straighten that out. Come back to our athletic V or our first position. What we're going to do is we're going to step out into a wide plie, come back to first, step out on the other side, come back to first. So we're going to do 8 total, so it's going to be 4 on each side. So bring your heels together, your turnout to where it's comfortable for your hips, shoulders are back. Feel free to bring your hands here to your waist or hold your arms out. Make sure our shoulders are down and back. We're going to step out, middle, and close. Other side. And close. 6 more here. 6, 5, 4, 3. Last one here. 2. And last one here. Good. Okay, so grab water if you need it. We're going to go into our plank series. Like I mentioned to a few of you earlier, I'm going to demo using the wall. You can use a chair, or if you'd like to, you can come all the way down to the ground into high or low plank. It's up to you, but I'm gonna demo the wall. So one important thing to think of for the wall is where you are in your fitness journey. So the further down you start to go, the more you're gonna start using your own body weight. And this is actually a really great progression if you wanna start push-ups, planks, start them and start on the wall and come down to the floor, because in the long run, it saves your knees, but also what it does is it helps your core and your back get used to holding in the correct position. Because sometimes when we do plank or push-ups from our knees, we might have a tendency to accidentally arch our back and cause some like low back issues. But if we use the wall or a chair or a sturdy coffee table and slowly progress our way down to the floor, our body positioning never changes, just how close to the floor changes. So I like to start here and then kind of walk my feet back to where my arms are straight and then hold here. So my arms too, like don't have them up here, like they're like straight out in front of you, like your shoulders and hands should still be in line even though we're against the wall. Hold here for a moment. You can be on the balls of your feet because that would simulate doing a plank on the ground. Or if you would like to take a little bit of pressure off, you can be here with your feet flat. So just hold here for a moment. While we're holding here, focus on having tight core here. So breathe out, breathe in. As you breathe in, tighten those core muscles here. You should feel your glutes engaged here as well as your quads and maybe a bit of your hamstrings. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're just going to do one leg at a time. We're going to bring our knee in and back. In and back. In and back. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, last one here. You can bring our feet back together. You can take a moment and pedal that out. Then we're going to do the other side. At any time, feel free to move away from the wall or towards the wall to readjust your position. Other side. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We have 5 more here. Make sure we're engaging our core. This will save our hip flexors. 3 more here. 2. Last one here. Bring our feet back together. Pedal that out. So, take a moment, step away. You can circle those hands and wrists. Circle the other way. So the next one that we're going to do is a push-up. We're just going to do a few, and we're going to do them against the wall. If you'd like, you can do your push-up using your chair. Like if you want to bring your chair out and be lower, you do have the option to be here on your chair. I'm going to use the wall though. I'm going to demo the wall. So I'm going to come down to the floor for a moment just to show you. When you do push-ups, I know a lot of times we like to put our arms way wide. But in the long run, that really hurts our shoulders. So what I want you to try to do is do your same arms that you do for a plank. But like I said, we're going to do it against the wall. I just wanted to come down to the floor to show you so you can see it a little better in the camera first. So when we do our push-ups, like we would a plank, sometimes these are called tricep push-ups, but this will help save our shoulders, and it helps us to build our triceps, and it helps us engage our core more. And believe it or not, it helps us to strengthen our chest as well, because when we're out here wide for our push-ups, we're using our arms and our shoulders. And even though we're using our core to hold us up, it's not engaging with the down and the up. But if we hold our hands like we do in our plank and come down and up, it helps us engage our core as we try to push. And also, if you want to add in some breathing with your push-ups, breathe out on the push-up. So if we come down and then breathe out, that helps us to push as well. But we're going to do 4 against the wall. Feel free to do them down on the ground if you'd like, or with your chair. So same arms as our plank. You can put your heels down here if you'd like. You can be a little closer to the wall if you'd like. We're just going to do 4. So we're going to do 4 and straighten. 3, 2, and last one here. Good. So it might feel a little weird just because we're using more of our arms and our core than our shoulders. But it will help us also with our low backs as well. So back to our plank. What we're going to do, find your plank position. We're going to point one foot back and we're just going to lift for 8. Just like that. And then we'll do the other side. So find your plank position, whether you're up on the balls of your feet or heels down. Bring one leg back, lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, lift and lower. Lift and lower. 6 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2. You're doing awesome. Last one here. Good. Take a moment, pedal that out. Circle those wrists and hands. All right, so we are going to come down to the floor. Grab your weights if you want to use them. If you don't want to come down to the floor, grab your chair and take a seat. So, if we're sitting on the floor, we are going to sit cross-legged if you can. If you can't, we'll do our Pilates sit with our heels and on the ground and our toes up. And sit up nice and tall. We are going to do our biceps and our triceps here, but what I like about sitting on the floor, since tonight I did say was going to be about core and the upper body, sitting makes us engage our core to keep us upright. Because if we don't, then we're slouched back here, we start to hunch, then your shoulders start to hurt, then you get that weird little hurting right here in the center between your shoulders and your neck, right? And then this part of your core, your abdominals, starts to get like mushy and not as strong, and the next thing you know, you got to lift something and it's like, ow. So if we sit down while we do this, it makes us sit upright. It makes us keep our shoulders down and stacked. So if you look from the side, my body is nice and straight up and down. I'm not sitting back here, sitting nice and straight. Everything is in neutral spine. And our spines will love us for that. So I'm going to grab my weights. So these are going to be small movements since we're sitting. We are going to start about 90 degrees. Arms are tight in to my sides. And we're going to go up for 2 and down. So it's back to the 90. I'll show you from the side. Up and down. So it's not going to be a full extension tonight since we are partially focusing on core, sitting up nice and straight. So what I want you to focus on here is sitting up nice and straight, and how you can do that is by engaging these abdominals and obliques, and in the inside we have intercostals. I won't bore you with all the kinesiology terms, but sit up nice and straight, shoulders back. So you're here or you're here. Either one. It's up for 2 and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Check in, make sure you still have those abdominals tight, but you still should be able to breathe. Should still be able to talk. If you were to talk to somebody, if somebody comes in the room while you're exercising. One more here, and then we're going to go to tempo for 8. Tempo, it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here at 90, check back in, make sure your shoulders are rolled down and back. You still have your abdominals and those obliques engaged, so you're sitting up nice and tall. So this time we're going to curl and lower, reach out and in. Curl and lower, reach out and in. Curl and lower, reach out and in. Let's do faster. Curl, lower, reach, pull in. Curl, lower, reach, pull in. Curl, reach. Great. Curl and reach. Curl and reach. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Hold here. Check back in. Make sure that your shoulders are still down and back, that they didn't accidentally crawl up here. Bring our arms in here. Just take a moment to give our biceps a little bit of a rest. We're just coming up to shoulder height and back down. 2 more here. Last one here. Good. Flip back over. So this time, bring our arms out to the side. So if we were here, bring them out to the side. I'm going to do very similar. Curl for 2 and down. Curl and down. Curl and down. Curl and down. Curl and down. Hold here. Check back in. Make sure you're still using that core, that you're still sitting up nice and straight, that we haven't come here. Hold here. We're going to do 8 to tempo. Doing awesome. Let's go for 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to curl and lower, reach out and in. Curl and lower, reach out and in. So it doesn't have to be completely straight. We don't want to lock out our elbows because that will hurt. One more here. Reach out and in. All right, check in. Do 4 faster. Let's go. Curl and reach. Curl and reach. Curl and reach. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Okay, so we have one more bicep one I want to do. You might want to get rid of your weights for this one, or you can keep them. We're going to bring our arms out to a T, but still just a little bit of bend. We don't want to lock our elbows out. It's curl for 2 and straighten. Curl and straighten. Curl and straighten. Curl and straighten. 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's slow it back down. It's curl for 2 and straighten. Curl and straighten. Curl and straighten. Curl and straighten. 8 fast. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, set those weights down. We're going to go into arm circles and pulses. So bring our arms back out. If you're using like 1 or 2 pound weights and you feel like still holding on to those, or if you've got canned goods or water bottles, feel free to still hold on to those, but I'm going to let these 3 pound weights go. They're getting a little heavy. Circle forward. So it's really important here that we still have our core engaged, because if not, then we'll be doing this like wobble thing like all over the place, and we don't want to do that. So nice and tight core here still. Let's circle back. So you should feel this probably in your shoulders. Hold here. So we're going to do a small, what I call a bend reach. So we're going to bend and reach, bend and reach. Just a little faster. So here you should feel it probably in your shoulders and your biceps. 8, 7, 6, I know it burns. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, you can bring your arms down if you would like. Take a moment to reset. Bring our arms back up. We're just gonna pulse up and down. Ooh, I know it burns. Turn your hands so your palms are up. Make sure you're still breathing here. Flip. And flip. Flip one more time. All right, we got a couple more things. Bring our arms up and circle. Again, here we still want our tight core. Other way. Let's do circles with our arms, huge circles. Make sure you're still breathing here. I know it burns. Let's go the other way. Last one here. All right, take a moment and roll those shoulders out. And let's go forward. I know it feels kind of weird to go forward. And let's bring one arm across. All right, so we're gonna stretch out our arms now before we move into some core exercises. We are going to stay seated on the floor, or in your chair. I will get up and demonstrate these next few in the chair. Let's stretch our arms forward and back. Bring one arm up if you'd like. So for these next few, we are going to do our Pilates sit. So it's our heels out, and then we sit up nice and tall here, and then we'll contract and sit up. But I'm going to grab the chair, show you how you can do it in the chair. So if we're going to be seated, sit on the edge of your chair. You can place your hands on your thighs, so when you contract, sit up. You contract towards the back of your chair. So I'm going to do this one in the chair, and then as we move on, I'll show you a few seated on the floor. But you can do all of these that we're about to do sitting right here on the edge of your chair. If you're on the ground, make sure heels are dug into the ground, toes are up. So the first one that we are going to do, we're just going to hinge back for 2 and straighten for 2. Hinge and straighten. Hinge and straighten. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2. Last one here. All right, so if you're on the ground, come back up. You're going to actually hold that curve this time. Engage those abdominals though, and you're going to bring your knee up just like that. So if you're sitting here in the chair, hinge back towards the back of the chair. You can hold on to the side if you'd like. We're going to alternate lifting legs. Let's go for 8. 7. Make sure our core is engaged. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right, you can come back up. So the next one we're going to do is going to be very similar to the first one, where we curve back and straighten, except for this time, we're going to reach back as we curve. Reach back. So I'm going to come down to the floor so that those who stayed on the floor can see how to do it. So you find your Pilates sit. We're going to reach back and up. Reach back and up. And you don't have to reach like all the way back here. If you just want to reach more diagonal, that's totally fine. We're going to do 8. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Make sure our core is engaged here. That will help us save our quads and our hip flexors. Last one here. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to hold this position. If you're seated, you can stay there. We're going to go into our ab twist. So feel free to cross your arms, bring your arms in. However you feel like holding your arms, we're going to twist and center. And then we're going to twist to the other side and center. Let's go a little faster though. So sit back up nice and tall. Hinge back. So this time hinge instead of a curve. We're hinged, so straight spine. Let's go. Center, side, and center. Side, center, side, center. We have 6. 5. Doing awesome. 4. 3. Make sure you're breathing here, 2. Last one here. Take out the center, just side to side. Engage your core so that you save your hip flexors and your quads. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pick a side. We're going to do that side and center for 8. Then some pulses. So hold here for a moment. If you need to, you can come up to reset. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold side and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center. Reset if you need to. We're going to do the same thing, other side. Side and center. Side and center. Make sure you're breathing here. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up. Let's take a moment. Stretch out those hip flexors. So we're going to do a 90-degree lunge. So when we do our lunge here, we don't want to be on our knee. If you'd like to, you can come forward a little so that you can hold on to the wall or your chair. But your weight should be more distributed between your shin and like your foot. So if you wanted to, you should be able to lift. So we're going to be at 90 degrees. See how my legs make more of a 90? And push forward through your pelvis. You should feel that stretch from your hip flexor down into your quad. All right, other side. Then after this, we're going to come back down onto the floor. We're going to sit down. So I'll show you how to do it in the chair first, and then I'll come down to the floor and show it. All right, so what we're going to do next, we're just going to do some leg lifts, some straight leg lifts. So if you're sitting in your chair, sit at the edge of your chair. This time, hinge all the way back. And you're going to straighten one leg, lift and lower, just like this. So our focus here is still on our abdominals because this will help us to lift. We'll be lifting with our core and our leg instead of just lifting with our leg. So that's how it'll look if you're sitting down in your chair. If you would like to be on the ground, you can be here or you can be here, just like this. Make sure if you're going to be here that you're not hunched down here. Chest is up. Head is kind of diagonally towards your ceiling. We're going to do one leg at a time. Lift and lower. Four more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this next one, we're going to point as we lift, flex as we lower. Point as we lift, flex as we lower. We're going to do 8 on each side. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, last one here. Other side. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. 4 more here. Make sure your core is still engaged. Last 2 here. And 1. This time, we're going to lift and go out to the side. Lift, out to the side. But we're going to alternate this one and then end with some flutters. Lift and side. Other leg. Lift and side. Switch. Four more here. 4. Doing awesome. 3, 2, and 1. Last thing, so we can lift and lift, lift and lift, or flutter, just like this. So it'll be on my count. Find your position, make sure your core is engaged. Pick whichever one you want to do, either the lifts, alternating, or flutter. And let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold those legs out off the floor for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can lay down if you'd like. Bring those knees into your chest. If you're sitting in your chair, you can bring one knee up and then the other one. All right. If you're in your chair, come down to the floor if you'd like. We're going to do a bridge, a glute bridge, just a hold, and then we're going to some stretching. Feet are together, our legs are zipped together. Engage your core. As you engage your core, you should feel your pelvis tilt. And as your pelvis tilts, you should feel those glutes come up off the floor. And hold up here. Focus on squeezing those glutes and a tight core. Your abdominals and your obliques are tight. Hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down. Let's bring one knee in. And switch. All right, same thing, or straighten one leg. So we're either here or here. And switch. Bring both knees in. Carefully roll to one side and sit up. We're going to come into more of a runner's lunge. So this time we are going to lean more forward so we can be here. If you would like, you could be here instead. This is an option as well. Whichever one you do on one side, make sure we do on the other. And let's squish back. You can hold on to the wall or your chair here as well if you'd like. If this is too much for you or you just don't feel like it tonight, this is an option to still be here. Like our lunge earlier, make sure you push through your pelvis so that you feel the stretch in your hip flexor and your quad. All right, switch sides. Whichever stretch you did on the first side, do that stretch on this other side. Make sure that our toes are still forward of our knees, that our knees aren't like up here and our toes back here. And let's squish back. Great job tonight, guys. I know it probably might not seem like we did a lot of core, but we actually did, especially with doing our biceps seated. And I realized I totally forgot the triceps, but I will upload those later. I'll make something a little later in the week to add in some tricep work and a few more abs. All right, we're gonna come into tabletop. If you don't want to do tabletop, you can come to the wall. We're just gonna go through cat and cow one more time. So we arch through cow, and then we roll into cat. Remember, if you're feeling any sort of discomfort here in your low back or in your mid back when you do cow, you are arching too far with this part of your body, and try to arch a little more with your upper body. Let's go into cat, cow, and cat. Cow, and cat. All right, if you'd like to, curl those toes under, come into down dog, and hold here for a moment. If you're in your chair or you're using the wall, walk your hands up the wall, and you can come here into like our plank, and then you can pedal your feet from here. Otherwise, I will join you on the floor into down dog and pedal. Hold here for another moment. Walk your feet towards your hands or your hands towards your feet. Bend those knees and carefully roll up. Stand with your feet a good hips width distance apart. Bring our arms up and down. You can look up as your arms go up and down as your arms go down. Couple more here. Last one here. Let's bring both arms up, one arm down, and reach. If you'd like, you can turn those feet, both legs straight. You can grab your chair and you can reach forward, holding onto your chair, or come all the way down to the floor. You can also use the wall. You can have a little bend here if you'd like as well. A couple more rests here. Carefully come up. Switch. So however you did on that side, on that first side, do the same thing for this side. Also, you can add a little bit of a bend in this leg as well. Carefully come back up. One more big inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. And you guys made it. Awesome job. So I will upload this like I did last week. And then, like I said, later on this week, I will add in some triceps and a couple more ab exercises. So I hope you guys have a great night.